Hey guys, Bowler here.
Yo,
Super Smash Slash Iceberg is finally
love
here.
the
I've been
thumbnails.
cooking this video for
Yep.
almost a year now.
Okay.
Collecting scraps of
What the
random
hell was
trivia
that?
is finally here. I've been cooking this video for almost a year now.
A half-naked Marth. Oh my god. Mars SSF2 podcast. See a dev or something? Also, yeah, let's take a look at the
Super
let's
Smash
sorry,
Slash
sorry.
Iceberg is finally
Okay, what you got? Computer labs. The goats. Let's see, this is one, yes, unlockable stages with cloud giving insiders. Good times. The forums, rest in peace. See, transformation final smashes. Oh yes. See, from the Smash Flash in the network, April Fools. All right, obviously he's gonna like go
here.
for around
I've been
this.
cooking this video
Oh, Beta League. Those were the dark ages.
for almost a
Flash of Shadows. Oh, that is Robo Ninja. It's like a Robo Ninja. Is that 2.0 or maybe a 3.0?
year now.
Oh yeah, the the what is that? The awesome face turn up. If I remember correctly, I think it was in 0.01% chance for that to be pulled out. It is a higher probability chance than Kirby and then Kirby Stone turn into a gold statue of him. Very rare shit. But someone has done it before, so it exists. Shirtless Morph.
Collecting scraps of random
Okay.
trivia and old development
Emporium.
lore, especially with the help of some of these Super Smash Slash lore masters.
Yo,
It'll be
hold
easy,
on,
especially
hold on.
with the help of some of these
My boy, Nair. Shouts to Nair, bro. AKA Zero OR back in the day. Shout out Darker and Mac over there. Shouts to everyone here. Oh, Crazy Knot for sure. Oh, Crazy Knot? If I remember correctly, uh, uh, believe he was like, pretty much like a SSF1, Super Smash Bros. 1 researcher when it definitely came down to it. Like, I'm talking about like down to the core, trying to find like every crevice and server, yeah, every crevice of SSF1 information as much as possible. Now, if I'm incorrect about the information, I do apologize. It's been a while.
Super Smash Slash lore masters, I want to give a huge, massive shout out to Crazy Knot, who
Yeah.
practically runs the SSF2 wiki at this point and knows about everything there is to know about Super Smash Flash. And combined with my
Yes.
own experience of being in the community for about 10 years at this point,
Hmm.
which is actually insane to think about. I've been making videos for almost 10 years. I
Nice.
finally finished compiling the
Okay. The cloud bot. Oh, you gotta love that cloud bot. Hotline bling. Hello. You see, the Gligar replaces Jigglypuff. Original listed to JoJo. I was there. Netflix Luffy. Yes. So, little tidbit. If you were there, if you saw one of my streams or one of the VODs, I'll say this right now. So, Netflix Luffy. Yeah, Inaki Godoy. If I butchered that name, I do apologize. He discovered Luffy from Super Smash Flash 2. Believe it or not. That's pretty much that. That's how he discovered it. The interview is where he said it. Surprise! It's a huge surprise. Insane shit. We definitely get to that. He'll definitely explain that for sure. SO2 Cipher. I did hear about this. I'm like, it's it still makes me fucking laugh, bro. Oh my god. I'm like, I wish that was real. I want to look and listen to that, bro. Fucking drink to that shit.
definitive
Expensive
Super
characters.
Smash Flash 2 Iceberg.
Yes.
And if you've never seen an Iceberg video, basically we're starting out by talking about a lot of the surface level parts of Smash Flash and
Yep.
slowly working our way towards some very obscure and even strange fun facts about the game's development. So
Yep.
whether you're a Smash Flash veteran or clicked on this video on accident, let's
Oh.
dive into the Super Smash Flash 2 Iceberg.
Let's get it.
First off, Layer 1, which contains the basic core identity of Super Smash Flash.
Right.
Computer labs.
Yes, sir.
Computer labs are the single most important thing in Super Smash Flash history.
That's right.
If you never
Oh,
played
yeah.
SSF2 locally with your friends at a computer lab, then you just missed out. Computer
Yep.
labs were the lifeblood of SSF2. It was
Yeah.
pretty much the best Flash game on unblocked websites, although I did like Block Stores a lot too. But it was
Oh
definitely
god,
one of
that
the best
game, the
multiplayer
classic.
Flash websites, although I did like Block Stores a lot too. But it was definitely one of the best multiplayer Flash games that everyone wanted to play. And
Yep.
it was just Smash Bros with anime characters for free. And
That's
if
right.
it wasn't for Computer Labs, this game would not have been nearly as popular as it is. And honestly,
Absolutely.
it's kind of sad to see that since Adobe Flash just isn't really supported anymore, kids
Yeah.
these days just aren't going to experience the peak that was playing Super Smash Flash locally. Which sucks
Oh,
because
yeah.
that's what made me and so many other people fans of the game in the first place.
Mhm.
Super Smash Flash 1. Without this game, we wouldn't even have the sequel.
That's
Heck,
right.
We wouldn't even have Framemakers either. Funny
Absolutely.
enough, a lot of people who are fans of SSF2 have never even played or even know what the first game is about. The sequel is just that much more popular. And in my
Right.
opinion, kind of rightfully so. The
Yeah.
original is oozing with nostalgia for the older generation of Smash Flash fans.
That's
and
me.
although it has some charm, it
me
definitely
right here,
has
bro.
some major flaws.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I do mean major flaws. If you take off the rose-tinted glasses, the game has a lot of functional issues, the most obvious one being that the camera only follows player 1. But Mr.
Right.
Incredible, Kirby and Meta Knight being a transformation character,
Yep.
no shields, no grabs, Rivals of Ether style, and the OC Sonic characters all give this game a very
Good old
unique
Blade.
identity. It is an all-time classic, even if it's a little bit janky. And
Right.
the developers decided that inside Super Smash Flash 2, they were going to actually celebrate 10 years of Super Smash Flash
For the legacy?
by making an SSF1 mode in Super Smash Flash 2, which
Yeah.
basically just tries to replicate the same janky physics that the original had.
Yep.
And it's fun for a couple games, but yeah, it's still pretty janky. But my favorite reference to the original game is actually the 2019 April Fool's announcement, which was Super Smash Flash.
Oh, this fan. Oh, gotta love that SSF2 blade over there. There's a one remake blade. Hilarious. And the Mario always facing to the left side. If it's facing to the right side, that's not the real one.
1 HD, which gave a taste of what it would be like if there was an official Super Smash Flash 2 Knuckles, which honestly I'm still hoping one day can actually become a reality.
Oh, it'll come.
Back in the day, we used to have unlockable fighters, but now it's
Yep.
just unlockable stages.
Oh,
In
yeah.
fact, some of the most popular stages, such as Waiting Room and World Tournament, can only be accessed through being unlocked. But there's
Right.
also some very secret
Sky
and kind of
Pillar.
weird unlockable stages, such as Devil's Machine.
Yep.
What the hell even is this stage? The disorienting background, the eerie
This stage right here. This stage was shown during one of the Smash Cons. They showed it on Saturday, right? And the devs they made a joke. They made a joke. Pretty much they streamed during like late at night, maybe for like around midnight, and they showed this stage in particular, and they had obviously no one had no idea what was going on, but yeah, later it was it was sold or it was found out that this stage is in Super Smash Flash 2 beta. So yeah, that's pretty much that.
messages, the disturbing music, and of course the most ominous unlock method in the entire Smash franchise.
Yep.
To unlock this stage,
You gotta kill yourself as Ghost Nest in a battle. I assume probably 3 lives, but in probably like 1 life.
you need to
Either
pick
or.
the Ghost Nest costume
Yep.
and then Roblox yourself 3 times in a match.
3 times.
Well, it's probably a reference to Earthbound, but
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, if you are a new player, how do you even find this stage on your own? To be
Right.
honest though, the creepy atmosphere and weird unlock method actually do give this stage a lot of charm, and I actually
does.
do like that it's in the game for that reason. It's like a old playground rumor if it was actually real.
Yeah.
MG Insiders.
Oh yeah.
Gaming Insiders, or MG Insiders for short. Some of you might have already forgotten what this was. It was
Good
a really
times.
popular program back in 2020, and the original point of the program was essentially an email sign-up where you could put your email in and then get news and information about the newest Super Smash Flash 2
Yep.
updates as soon as they come out. And back in 2020, this was the golden era of Super Smash Flash updates. We were getting big content updates every 2 months.
Oh yeah.
Costumes, stages, and even eventually Ganondorf.
Yep.
And during 2020, MG Insiders was actually pretty useful and used by McLeod Gaming. And these days, it's pretty much forgotten about. It hasn't been used in years, and
Right,
considering
right.
the development of the game has slowed down significantly, it seems unlikely that we'll ever see MG
For a good
Insiders
reason.
return. It's sort of a relic of that golden era.
Sure was.
Final Smashes. Despite these being gone for
Yo,
years,
good old
for almost
Bunkai.
8 years, these
Yeah.
are still some of the most iconic and popular features to ever be in the game.
Yes,
and
sir.
It's very clear why. They were fun as we had Wario Man, Super Sonic, Ninetales Naruto,
Right.
Super Saiyan Goku, and a plethora of other unique ones like this Mega Man one that all
Mm-hmm.
have unique movesets.
A
It
good
was
old
honestly a
yeah.
lot more fun and satisfying to use completely new characters rather than just the cinematic final smashes.
Good
But choosing
times
an
though.
entire new character with a unique
It was
moveset,
fourth time.
it's
Yep.
understandable why, for development purposes, the devs moved away from these final smashes and took
Yep.
them all out of the game. And to this day, many players still want to see them return. They're deeply rooted in the game's identity. For example, the most viewed Super Smash Bros. 2 video ever was just showing off the Transformation Final Smashes.
Ever.
So people clearly
That's
do
what's
love
up.
them, and it's sad to see that they're gone. And
Mm.
the last on this layer is the McLeod Gaming forums. The MG forums are
God
an
bless.
absolute relic for SSF2 historians.
Yes, sir.
On one hand, it's a little cringy to look back at how we acted in 2015, but it's
Yeah.
also very charming to see what our community was like back then. It was
Mhm.
honestly a very small, tight-knit, kind of grassroots community who just loved playing a Smash Bros. Fan game. We had
Yes.
people straight up making their own
Sir.
SSF2 player cards and
The
unique
player
signatures,
cards.
and there was always at least one guy
Hey!
who was their main.
This nigga's done it again. Let's go. Shout out to my. Hey yo, hey yo, ball. Shout, man. Hey, all right. Hey, I can't help it. When it comes to my references, when it comes to my shout out, I go wild, but especially this related, bro. Oh fuck. Oh my god. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, thanks, Bowler. Thanks. No, seriously, thank you. I appreciate it.
Unique community was like back then. It was honestly a very small, tight-knit, kind of grassroots community who just loved playing a Smash Bros. Fan
Oh
game.
my god.
We had people straight up making their own SSF2 player cards and unique signatures.
Uh
And there was
huh.
always at least one guy in their signature who would say that every character was their main.
I'm the fucking goat. Yes, I made everyone. I made everyone. I go ham on this fucking game, bro. This game, it's my Super Smash Bros. Melee. It's my Halo 2. It's my Half-Life 2. You name it. I will play this game till the day I die.
Unique signatures.
This
And there was
series will
always
go
one
on forever
we
and
had
ever.
people straight up making their own SSF2
Thank you,
player
Bowler.
cards
Shoutouts.
and unique signatures. And there was always at least one guy in their signature
Yeah.
who would say that every character was their main.
Yeah.
These days, the community is basically only on Discord, but back then, this was a core part of the game's history. You would see the most out-of-pocket statements for no reason, like right next to sick.
Oh God, hold on. Let's. I'm not gonna obviously read the whole thing. Listen, times were different back then. Understand? All right, please understand. And I will say this as a human being: the world is getting really sensitive these days. Like you say, this guy's a jerk, and then you're gonna tell me to jump off a cliff or pay for his car insurance or some dumb shit. Like, take it easy, man. Listen, a joke is a joke. But I understand there are times we can go too far. I'm just saying. Y'all gotta relax out there.
Main.
Make the world a better place.
These
That's
days,
all.
the
That's
community
all I
is
gotta
basically
say.
only on Discord, but back then, this was a core part of the game's history.
Mhm.
You would see the most out-of-pocket.
Oh God. Oh, Vash, you are in so much trouble. Oh my gosh. What does it say? Hold on. Wanted dev bounty. 500 USD. Committed several crimes. Hello? Dog, it's just a game. It's just a free game. If you don't like it, then leave. Crimes. Nerf to Game & Watch. Gave Ichi a dumb dash attack. Nerf Nest. Luigi. Nerfed a lot of niggas. Well, relax, right? See. New shit engine. Fourth priority. Still a thing. And a lot of other gay ass shit. Oh. Now then, game ain't fun and is boring competitively. You was a kid back then typing this. Relax. Ayo. You know, you just could have just put a bunch of 1 and 8s in there and just call it a day. Claim your price. If you have fun, the dumb nigga. Ayo. Like I said, times were different back then.
Pocket statements for no reason. Like right next to sick combo clips, you would see the most insane beef, speculation,
Yeah,
no reason.
oh, I love the beef, bro.
Like right next to
Competitive beef. Oh my. If y'all would have loved it back in the day if y'all were there for Kaios and Lunari for all that beef. Shouts to them, bro.
sick combo clips, you would see
Mm. What we got? PTC. Yeah. Fuck that. Uh, competitively speaking.
the most insane
Okay.
beef,
All right.
speculation, and just random community drama. For me, and
What is
you would
that?
see the most insane beef, speculation,
Mm.
and just
What? Zalo. Uh-oh. What did you say? Shout out to Zolos and Zemzis. Uh, man. See, I'm sorry, but who are you again? Oh wait, that's right. The kid who was never truly good at this game to begin with. Whoa, what did he do to you?
random
What really made this nigga that mad? Couldn't adapt then, can adapt now. Okay, so this is I I this is definitely out of context because I don't know what's going on here. They probably talk some shit to Zalo for him to say that.
community drama.
Wait, Mac meta. I don't think it has something to do with the beef with 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 Mac. We're not. It's not. No. Not J Mac. No. That's a different era. That's a modern era.
For me and the other old school players, this was
Uh.
the home of Super Smash Flash back in the day, and it
Yeah.
is sad to see that the forums have since been shut down and
Indeed.
closed indefinitely.
Mhm.
Level 2. Now we're getting into the
Uh-huh.
references and more obscure trivia
Easter
that
eggs.
some players know, but many also don't.
All right.
Urban Champion. Urban Champion is another one of those secret unlockable stages in SSF2.
Gotta get a high
But
score.
unlike Devil's Machine, this one is talked about significantly less because a lot less people even know it exists. And the
Mhm.
reason for that is because when it was added to the game, nobody knew. It wasn't in the patch notes, and nobody
Right.
knew it was in the game until data miners found it in the files after a couple days. Even I didn't know it was in the game, so I made a video talking about the update that didn't include it, so I had to make a follow-up video going, hey, there's
Ah.
a secret update. The unlock method was also pretty obscure. You have to get a certain score in classic mode, and also
That means you gotta play big. You gotta play hard, bro. You gotta go big in order to get good.
the stage itself, in my opinion, is a great addition, which is why it kind of sucks that it's so secretive. It's based on the NES game called Urban Champion, and the stage itself has a lot of cool, unique mechanics. When people die on the side,
It's
blasting,
really
the
neat.
stage actually transitions horizontally, and the Hazards On version has these cool little potted plants that get thrown out the windows.
Right,
Which is
right.
why this stage, in my opinion, deserves to be here, as it is a quite notoriously secret stage, and the Shadow Drop update was a legendary moment. Pink
Indeed.
Gold Peach. Pink Gold
Oh,
Peach.
yeah.
Dope Mario Kart character. Okay, not really, but I do think it's kind of cool that she is referenced in SSF2.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, the devs made it so if you pick up the metal box as Peach, you get Pink Gold Peach, which is a pretty cool reference. There's really not much else to say about this one.
Right.
But yeah, just an Easter egg that a lot of people didn't know about.
Very nice.
Now we just need Green Bronze Luigi. The infinite assist trophy glitch.
Oh.
The most famous SSF2 glitch of all time.
Yes, sir.
Even though it was passed out of the game 5 years ago. Back in
You can have over 1,000 light Yamagamis, and you got over 1,000 deaths.
B, if you use an assist trophy while moving, it wouldn't consume the trophy, letting you
Right.
continuously spawn assist trophies forever. Very similar to that Smash Ultimate glitch, where you can just have infinite assists that take up the whole entire screen.
Yep.
The biggest difference
Well, we
is
did
that
it first.
was really easy to do in SSF2, so even the most casual players would
Oh,
absolutely
boy.
find this glitch. It would pretty much ruin all free-for-alls or items on games.
Yep.
It was kind of fun to mess around with, having
Yep.
100 different Krillins all throwing destructive discs.
So many Krillins.
But yeah, this glitch ruined many games, but also is pretty famous.
Yeah.
The secret 3DS colors.
Oh, yes.
3DS in SF2 is one of the coolest
If I remember correctly, it debuted in 1.2. And you have to put in different name. You have to put in different names so the devs, in order to get those certain colors.
stages in the game, as it has many Easter eggs to other real-life 3DS colors. Of course, you have the classic dark blue, light blue, red, black, white, and
Yep.
even pink and purple. But there are some that are actually impossible to load up in normal means. these are the secret colors for 3DS. And to
God
actually
damn,
play
they
on
look
these
amazing.
stages, you need to set your in-game tag to one of the names of the developers.
Yeah.
These include the yellow 3DS, an orange 3DS, a green 3DS,
Yeah.
a black and orange 3DS,
God damn.
the NES Color Scheme 3DS,
Oh
and
shit.
the limited edition Legend of Zelda Link Between Worlds 3DS.
What the hell? I never known of this one. Yeah, that's a new one to me. You know what they should do? Put in some. Well, I was gonna say like maybe put some additional maybe silhouetted backgrounds specifically for the Legend of Zelda. You know, you have like a Triforce or like a shield or a sword, something like that. And I was also thinking maybe later on they should put in a Famicom a Famicom color alteration for the stage, something like that.
Really cool Easter eggs to the real 3DS colors, and
Yeah.
also just cool to fans who know about these secret codes you can put in.
Mhm.
April Fool's videos.
Oh.
For the past 15 years or so, the SSF2
What a
devs
trophy
have made an
stage.
April Fool's video or gag of some kind.
Yeah.
So I want to highlight some of my favorite ones, as well as
The
a very
RPG.
creepy and ominous Easter egg that was left in one of them. In
Okay.
2014, they announced Mr. Incredible returning to Super Smash Bros. 2. Obviously, didn't happen, sadly. In
Yeah.
2016, they announced Sandbag would be a
Sandbag.
playable fighter, which
Right.
actually did turn out to be real.
Yes.
Surprised a lot of people who thought it was actually a joke announcement. In 2017, they announced that Smashville and Final Destination
Final
would be playable
Destination
stages
stages.
as playable fighters. In 2018, they released a Brawl Minus style mod for Sonic called Flash Minus, which made him super overpowered.
Yep.
But they also did something very weird with this one.
The
They
stage,
also
the
released
final,
a
yeah, that
secret
one.
video with the title being a single period. This unlisted video was a loop of an ominous sandbag with two master hands
Hilarious.
above FD with this eerie, creepy, slowed down version of the music. I have no idea why they did this or what it was supposed to mean, but that's just all the context we have. It's still
I mean, it doesn't really mean nothing. It's just, you know, an overlooming sandbag of doom on FD. I think like it's overlooming something. They just want to make some some ominous type shit just to just to make people a little uneasy. I probably would have done the same. I'm like, yeah. Ty, try to get some sweet dreams if you can.
still remains up as an unlisted relic, and you can watch it yourself.
Yep.
In 2019, they did a fake
Yeah.
reveal of a mobile game called Super Smash
Oh.
Bros. 2 Trophy War. In 2020, the developers made
Yep.
a fake trailer for a story mode called Flash of Shadows,
Shadows.
which we'll actually touch on a little bit later in this video. In 2021, they revealed that Sandbag was getting a resprite, which actually did end up happening. In 2022,
Yes.
the devs revealed a fake reveal for Master Hand becoming a playable fighter.
Right.
Of course, didn't happen. In
Mhm.
2023, they revealed that Sandbag could grab ledges. But what they actually revealed
That's-
was
yeah,
new
that's a
footage
joke,
of the
obviously.
Zelda resprite, the Meta Knight resprite,
Mhm.
and the resprite Yoshi's Story, which
Right.
as of this video releasing have still not been released, sadly. In 2024, they did a fake reveal for, I don't really know, honestly, but in this quick little montage, if you look closely, there are
Yeah.
new silhouettes for Sheik, Sonic, and Goku, which I think are actual new revealed content. Now,
Right.
there are a couple other April Fool's jokes that they've done, but those were the most notable ones and most interesting, and of course, that 2018 one was so weird. I still feel like there's more to that one, and it could have been much lower on this list, but yeah, I just have no idea what's going on with that one. OC
It's a
characters.
fun, it's
OC
just a funny idea. That's all. That's all.
this list, but
It's
yeah, I
hilarious.
just have no idea what's going on with that one. OC characters. OC characters.
Good old Blade, Blue.
OC Sonic characters are in
Yeah.
fact in Super Smash Flash. Like I said before, in the
Good old
original
Blade.
game, Greg Cloud added Blade and Blue, who were Sonic OCs. Interestingly, though, these were actually not his OCs, but
Right.
rather came from an old website called Kingdom Castle Animations.
I see.
And both Blade and Blue were two of these OCs from that website. However, there were other OCs from the
Spike
Gaming
Man.
forums that were also planned to originally come to Super Smash Flash, being Azrael, the Angel of Death,
Yep.
and Spike Man, who's like a spiky Kirby. And all four of these characters were originally planned to come to Super Smash Flash 2 early in the development,
Yeah, before it got rebooted.
but were eventually scrapped when they had a large roster revamp. Regardless,
Yes.
they are an important part of Super Smash Flash development history. It is
Indeed.
weird that we have these
Yeah,
OC
Robo
characters,
Ninja.
but they definitely have a small cult following from players who enjoyed their edgy and unique
Yeah,
personalities.
man.
Level 3, from this point on,
Okay.
if you weren't part of the core Super Smash
Remember the beta hats? Yeah, scrap beta content. That being the beta hats, the hats for Jigglypuff and Pikachu, and the Gyarados. It soon the Gyarados was too much to to function and to do all that stuff. So it would just cause like a bunch of problems. Speaking SO2 beta related, the final smash for Bandana D, like it's like this giant like crystal star ball or star oval shaped bean or something, but it is the laggiest final smash in the game, and I have no idea what they were thinking when they slowed that down. Why all that happened? Just a little tidbit.
Smash Flash 2 community, you
Yep.
probably don't know many of these.
Fuck Shadow Moses Island. I will keep saying that too. Well, that that time, yeah, that point of time for me, it's over. I will explain Shadow Moses Island when that point, when it gets to that.
The beta leak. First
Yes.
up is the leaks.
Oh
SSF2
God.
has had so many leaks in its history,
The Dark
from fake
Ages.
leaks to actually real massive leaks.
Yeah.
The biggest of them all was the beta leak in 2017.
Oh boy.
Beta was the most anticipated update in the game's history, as it had been over 3 years since the last update being version 9B. And the release of this
Yep.
biggest update ever came kind of out of nowhere, just being dropped randomly in the end of May of 2017. There was no prior release date or announcement or even build up to this, which is because it was leaked the same week. The entire
Yeah.
beta build was spreading through the community, all because of the actions of a few individuals and an
Mhm.
ex-developer who I won't name in this video, but if you know, you know. And
Yeah.
this is why the launch of
What was his name again? Well, it was actually like shown in that tidbit over there. I believe their name was Protosonic or something like that. Shame on you.
and an ex-developer who I won't name in this video, but if you know, you know. And this is why the launch of beta, while pretty fun, was pretty rough around the edges and had a lot of bugs. And this
Yep.
is already after both Pit and Pac-Man were leaked for beta in 2016, which forced the developers to reveal both of the characters through a dev blog the following day. I remember waking up one day and just being like, oh, I guess Pit's in the game. Cool.
Uh-huh.
And not even counting the beta leaks, there have been so many leaks in the game's history. They really need to hire a plumber.
That old
At least
crystal?
leaks, there have been
That's an old crystal right there.
one day and just being like, oh, I guess Pit's in the game. Cool. And not even counting the beta leaks, there have been so many leaks in the game's history.
I haven't seen this one.
They
It's
really
probably
need to
shown
hire
on
a plumber.
Discord.
At least one that actually does his job. Scrapped beta content.
Indeed.
Speaking of beta, there is so much to talk
The
about
how to
here
play.
related to scrapped content in the game's development. As it was the largest update in the game's history, there was so much content that was planned or revealed and promised to the
Yeah.
public that just never made it into the game. First up, my boy BD used to have this LSD bright costume that showed off back
Oh,
in
God.
2016, and part of me wishes they still kept it in. It was really ugly, but it never ended up coming out to the public. Beta originally also included this very unique and also extremely ugly redesign of Jungle Hijinks.
Yeah.
It was all entirely wooden, which after another resprite before the release of beta would end up being replaced with the current Jungle Hijinks, which
Yep.
obviously looks way better. But it
Yeah.
wasn't just ugly things that got scrapped. Originally,
Rest in peace, my boy Gyarados, my shiny Gyarados. God damn it. God damn. I raised him like a son, and they took him away from us. All of us! No! No! Why, Des? Why? Zero insanity. What's the meaning of this? Explain. You don't have to explain, obviously.
a lot of stages had planned hazards that never came out to the game. Notably, a red Gyarados on Lake of Rage, which that
Yep.
stage needs so badly, and
Oh,
some
yeah.
additional hazards to help Flat Zone.
Oh,
not
yeah,
fall
that
flat.
one.
We don't know the specific changes, but from this
Hmm.
reference image, there'd at least been this little guy right here who would fill up the gaps in the holes.
There's probably not enough time. That's kind of the simple answer.
Final Destination used to have this brown and blue variation,
Yeah, the very old beta.
which is shown off in many of the
Yep.
promotional trailers for beta, and
Yep.
was even playable in the tester program that I was a part of.
Oh,
which
shit.
actually ended up being resprited again before the full release of beta.
Indeed.
So most players have never even played on this version of FD.
Mhm.
There's even more scrap content that I think even deserves their own place on this iceberg, such as
Oh, Pearl Roulette, and especially the direct. Yeah, they when they showed Pearl Roulette. So pretty much it was going to be an even more difficult version of classic mode. I say like pretty much when you have your modes, your easy, normal, hard, insane. then that would be Pearl Roulette. It's pretty much like an RNG of sorts, where the CPU they get an advantage and you get a disadvantage. For example, grabbing items. I believe it was like disarmed or something. It's called disarmed, where you can't pick up any items. And on the CPU side, it would have a power called overpowered, being overpowered. Probably like one hit or like one smash attack, and you're dead. You're dead in one KO. So something of that sort, yeah.
Peril Roulette.
Then there you
Peril
go.
Roulette was my personal most anticipated feature for beta, but
That's
it
what
just
I'm
never got
saying.
released. In a really old direct for SSF2 back in
Fuck's sake.
2015, they revealed this concept which essentially added modifiers to the single-player classic mode
Yeah.
to make it more difficult. It was randomized buffs or debuffs with varying strength, almost turned
Right.
classic mode into a roguelike, which added a ton more replayability and also
Yeah.
difficulty for more competitive players. I
Oh,
thought it was
man.
a genius idea to make single player way more fun, and it
Mhm.
just got scrapped for some reason. I
Yeah.
would love to see it return. I think it would just be
Too much
so
work.
much more fun to play classic mode if there was at least some stakes to it.
Yeah, but like it'll be too much. Like, okay, folks, okay, devs, my brothers in arms. I think this shit is taking way too longer. It's taking too long than we thought. I'm like, if we have all this in the game, it's gonna take us like 2 to 3 years. And I got exams, bro. I can't do this. It's fucking with me. I hate it.
Pokemon hats.
Fuck.
So much more fun to play classic mode if there was at least some stakes to it. Pokemon hats. This one
Oh,
is
the
just
hats.
tragic. If
I
you don't
know, bro.
During one of the old developer blogs during beta's development, they revealed a lot of new costumes, and players found a secret link
Yeah.
hidden in that dev blog that showed off an image of Pikachu and Jigglypuff with cosmetic hats.
And fun fact: this is actually the first time where they showed the re-sprited Jigglypuff. Ever since definitely they well I say the first time that Jigglypuff is shown with her eyes open. Meanwhile, during a previous image, if I remember correctly, it was during the Sandbag April Fools where she was shown to be singing. With her re-sprite, which is obviously this right here. But yeah, it's just just a little tidbits. So now you know.
Hidden in that dev blog that showed off an image of Pikachu and Jigglypuff with cosmetic hats. At the time, these characters had god-awful color swaps for costumes that looked
Right.
very ugly,
Yep.
so this image showed massive improvements. But they never came out. I imagine
Mhm.
it would have worked sort of like Kirby hats do for Kirby.
Yeah.
They're not perfect on all of his animations and do look a little bit janky, but they're still cool additions. Sadly,
Yeah.
they never came to the game, and I still kind of wish they did. Shadow Moses Island.
Oh God. Okay, let me tell you this, my perspective, and I'll try to be quick with it. So, I do team battles, right? I do team battles on a Let's Play of Super Smash Bros. 2, right? And over the span of the demos that I played, especially around 9A, and especially 9B, uh, Shadow Moses Island for team battles is the worst kind of worst type of battle that you'll ever encounter, because the only way to legally, and I say legally, kill your opponents or KO your opponents is to get them up in the air to KO them. Now there are other methods around that, but you have to be skilled enough in order to accomplish that, such as like grabbing them and throw them to the ledge. But that right there is pretty much RNG in its own point. I'm telling you right now, if you decide to do this, I highly suggest you don't. But if you want to do it, good luck, and I give my praise to you. That is all.
Lastly, for the cut content.
Oh my god, dude, Skyward Void. I say this is like one of the best stages that the devs have ever made. So much work has been put into this. My goodness. Who knows? Maybe we'll add it back one day.
Stages. Not specifically Shadow Moses Island, but that's my personal
Oh,
favorite of the four.
that's
The
fine.
four stages that did not make the cut to beta were Distant Planet, Shadow
Oh,
Moses Island,
yep.
Silph Co, and
So I love
Skyward Voyage.
Silco.
Shadow Moses Island is
Man.
of course my favorite, as you could actually break past the invisible walls.
Yes, sir.
Playing on light mode, so you could jump over the walls. Because unlike an Ultimate, you actually can't break them in the SF2 version.
Right.
But I would also argue the most disappointing cut was probably Silphco. Silphco was a super
So
unique
good.
stage that had a layout that would change as the match went on. It had tons of moving platforms and even these unique conveyor belts, which have never come up again. And in the 2015 Direct, they even showed a resprited version of Silphco, which never came out. So it sucks that we lost all 4 of these stages.
Yeah.
At least Shadow Moses Island and Silphco would be great to have come back in the game one day. The key glitch. The key glitch
Oh,
is one of my favorite
Chaos.
moments in SSF2 history. And if you don't know, it was an extremely controversial glitch that made its first appearance in tournament, in a tournament that I was hosting. In December of 2017, I held a tournament called Boulders 2 with a small cash prize at the time, which most tournaments never ran cash prizes back then. So it brought out the best and the worst out of people.
Boy.
One of the best Pac-Man players named Theos entered that tournament and used a never-before glitch that allowed Pac-Man to attach his key hurtbox onto his body permanently,
Oh, dear
known
God.
as the Key Jacket, named after the Thunder Jacket in Melee, with a similar mechanic. It was super broken, and thankfully was patched out soon after that tournament, but it made that tournament incredibly controversial for everybody involved, as Theos ended up going very far, didn't actually end up winning, but did earn a cash prize using that glitch. Monty. Monty might be the most notorious.
Oh,
cash prize
dear
using that
God.
glitch. Monty.
Now, I do have a video that I put out, right? That being the 3-minute match 3-minute match mode for Super Smash Flash 2, which actually has SS2 lore that I specifically made up, because it spans through all the eras, starting from me to the modern era, that being Tiller, right? See, Monty, right? Undisputed. I say, I mean, what would you call it? I wouldn't say mentally deranged, but like, to me, I say many times it's like it's a waste of time. Like, there's so many other things you could do, you know, and you spent it on a free game, and I don't know, like, oh, where do you go with this? It's not like it's not like you're making any monetary value or anything on that. It's just an I don't know, insane shit.
Monty might be
Oh boy.
the most notorious Super Smash Flash 2 player who isn't a content creator.
Yeah, so I was trying to say, so Monty, yeah, he's on the part 5 of DSO2 lore. Even though people made the spies, that they made the spies that he's on the list, but unfortunately, I have to put it, because they are a part of history. For like some things here that I really don't have anything against them, right? Because they're a human being, and they they I'm certain that they need some help out there. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm done talking about this.
Monty might be the most notorious Super Smash Flash 2 player who
Yep.
isn't a content creator or a developer. In fact, I almost want to make an entire video just dedicated to his story, because it's very fascinating.
You really should, especially I said I was done talking about this, but maybe one more thing. So I was there when I saw many of the events, and especially if you see I'm serious. If you see, like, you'll see that there is a you know what? Never mind. No, it's actually too dark, especially for this video. No, you'll have to look that up yourselves. All I'm gonna say is R.I.P.
In fact, I almost want to make an entire video just dedicated to his story, because it's very fascinating and kind of insane. He was one of the most influential members of the SF2 community of all time, doing both many good deeds, such as making very high-quality combo videos, and some very good training mod packs, but also having a lot of controversies, such as being involved in the beta leaks. Because he was involved in those massive leaks, he was permanently banned from the game. But it didn't just end there. He ended up being permanently banned, not once, not twice, but 3 times in the game.
3 times.
However, much like Purple Guy,
I always come back.
he would always return with a new username or a new alt account. There
Yep.
have been well over 20 different users in the game's history that can be traced back to Monty or a Monty alt. So whether you love him or hate him, Monty is definitely one of the most influential members of the community of all time.
Indeed.
Level 4, now we're getting to the deep cuts. Some of these are some very old pieces of trivia and just extremely niche. Flash of Shadows. So some of you may have seen that McLeod Gaming April Fool's video from 2020, which was a trailer for the in-game story mode called Flash of Shadows. But did you know Flash of Shadows was actually
the classic? Yep, I was there.
The original Super Smash Flash created by Cloud9 when the game
Back in
was
the dojo.
in very early development. It was a very ambitious project with a lot of material actually released for it. It was planned to be a sort of subspace emissary counterpart for Super Smash Flash, with these cool pre-rendered cutscenes interspersed with gameplay. And believe it or not, it had some lore, which I've since researched and compiled into a short retelling of the entire Flash of Shadows lore. Basically, this guy is named Umbra, and he is just as evil as he looks edgy. Umbra is described to be an entity that can control shadows, and plan to team up with all of the villains from across the different Smash Bros. Universes, such as Dr. Wily, Rayquaza, Petey Piranha, and others. From what we know with their
help, I think I just saw someone in the corner.
Petey Piranha, and others.
Oh, that's what is that? That Five Nights at Freddy's thing? Something from the what is it? The Bite of '87 or something.
From what we know, with their help, Umbra led half of an army known as the Armies of Darkness. Who led the other half? We have no idea. His half of the army was comprised of these guys called Q-bots, which we'll touch on in a minute. So the main story would follow the protagonists working together and teaming up to find and defeat Umbra and his army of Q-bots. And in this April Fool's reimagining of Flash of Shadows, Umbra got a very cool redesign, turning from this edgy guy into a blue girl who can actually turn people into assist trophies. Sort of like Taboo from Brawl. Maybe they're related. Q-bots. So Q-bots were the main enemy of Flash of Shadows, sort of like those Primids from Subspace Emissary. There were three main designs being the Ninja, Warrior, and Gunner, but there were also some other official unreleased designs that I found floating around the internet, such as this Tank Q-bot, and even these
good old Tank Q-bot
that I found floating.
You got a fucking nice Q-bot. You know, obviously you can see the Sonic one's a nice Q-bot.
Floating around the internet, such as this Tank Q-bot, and even
what the hell? Was that an awesome face Q-bot? Oh, it is. Man.
Such as this Tank Q-bot, and even these Elemental Q-bots. Pretty cool, and never actually ended up coming out. Snake. While we're on the topic,
good old Snake. Yep.
Snake was originally
overly scripts.
That was playable in the story mode. In fact, he had
and as a character
for Super Smash Flash 2 that was released before he was even added into the game.
Which also had Found the Dreams, which we still don't have, but who knows? Maybe it'll come out, maybe it will not. Only time will tell.
Unfortunately, though, we only have this.
Only time will tell.
Because when Flash of Shadows got thrown into the bin, Snake went with it. Which sucks because we used to have Shadow Moses Island, which was the perfect stage, of course, for Snake when he got added. But even that stage also got removed. Hungry Bots. The top
yes, Hungerbox didn't play. He did in fact play Super Smash Flash 2, back in Apex. But yeah, Apex 2013. Yes, I remember seeing some matches when he was on the stage. On the stage. And he had a McLeod Gaming symbol. Or was it McLeod Gaming badge on his on his lanyard or something like that.
Hungrybox actually played a good amount of Super Smash Flash back in the day.
Yeah.
Not once, but twice on streams. He played it.
Oh hell! What the hell is that?
Not
Where can I find this? I gotta go look this up later. I've never seen this.
Once, but top player Hungrybox actually played a good amount of Super Smash Flash back in the day. Not once, but twice on streams. He played it one time on his own stream, but also ended up making a guest appearance on the Apex 2015 booth stream, where he had
2015.
Oh, that was aggressive. Look at that.
Whoa, he really did that shit. Let's go.
But it wasn't
oh fuck yeah.
Tons of other melee
Mewtwo King for sure. Yep.
Game and had some funny moments.
Oh yeah.
It's nothing crazy, but it's cool to see that the
Sam. Yeah, I remember this one.
To give SSF2 a fair shot.
Yeah.
Respawn platforms. Super Smash Flash 2.
Oh, fucking hell! I've been saying this for over a decade. It almost feels like it's been 2 decades when it's really not. For the love of God, please bring back please bring back revival platforms, bro.
players who are willing to
The
give SSF2 a fair shot. Respawn
Please get back the custom revival platforms, bro. It's been over 10 years. I've been saying this for over 10 years. If it comes back, I will be a happy man. Who knows? Maybe I might shed a tear. But my God, I'm like, this is the interesting thing that the devs have ever made. For example, for Goku's platform, he has the 7 Dragon Balls, and the more he stays on the platform, they're gonna turn into stone one by one. Such an interesting touch, indeed, indeed. Devs, please bring it back. But I can assure you, right? If they were to bring it back in, today's day and age for the beta era, if it were my choice, I would say no. I say wait for that during the final version and probably like the post final version. Say that, when that time comes over a year, when we have all the characters, that would be my decision.
platforms. Super Smash Bros. 2 used to have unique revival platforms for every character in the game,
Yep.
with about 20 different unique designs, although sadly they were scrapped from version 9A onward, which
Yep.
sucks to see. It's one of my favorite features from Rivals of Ether, and I think
Oh,
it's
they have that?
the
That's
game's
nice.
history.
Indeed.
Green Bomberman. This is a super random fun fact that I just kind of personally like.
Oh yeah, no, I heard this Green Bomber. Yeah, the Green Bomberman in general. I believe it has like maybe 2 alternative colors or something. Well, let's see.
But Bomberman
It's
in
been a while.
SSF2 9B
It's been a long
used to
time.
just not have a green costume. He only
Yeah.
had the available costumes that are on screen. But he did have a secret green costume if you
Yeah.
played Green Team Bomberman. He was the only character in the game who had a unique costume like this that could only be accessed by playing on a certain team. And yeah, I don't know, it's kind of obscure, but I thought it was cool.
Yeah. No,
Beautiful
that's what's up.
Joe.
Beautiful
Back in
Joe.
2011, the character of Beautiful Joe from the series, well, Beautiful Joe, was
Mhm.
confirmed to be an assist trophy coming to Super Smash Slash 2.
Indeed,
He had
from the
previous
dojo.
screenshots
Yep.
and sprites that were teased on the SSF2 dojo. I don't know if anyone even watching this will recognize the name, but
Oh, I
there used to be a
recognize it.
Super Smash Slash 2 YouTuber when I first started playing the game
Oh,
called Moi, and he was
holy fucking shit. Okay. Shout out to Maul, aka Ready. My body is ready. Ready X. So, yeah, interesting fact, right? There was and let me see, cause I can let me see if I can find it, cause I'll shout them out if I can find them. So I got a message a long time ago about an interviewer who wanted to interview me, talking about Samoa, a former SS2 content creator. I say, if you like hype and excitement, specifically around like this, Super Smash Bros. 2, this is your guy right here. He's basically the goat when it comes to that stuff. Shout out someone, bro. Uh, yes. Hold on, let me see. This person right here. It was it was 2 years ago, but oh, okay. They're in mutual servers. Okay. I'm gonna shut them out. Their name is E Mental. See, E Man Top Cool. E Mental. E See, E Ments Top Cool. What a name. Just E Mento P Cool. Studios official. Or you can check them out as from the tag E Mento P Cool. So I'm gonna read this. So it says hello. I'm doing research for a video about the YouTuber Moi/Ready and wanted to know if you can give me information you remember about him. So yeah, sorry, Emento. I was definitely really busy at the time, but at this point, I'm not sure if I have any additional information when it comes to when it comes to moi. depending how much I remember of his videos. But we definitely did talk back. We definitely did talk back then. He is such a wholesome guy, bro. Honestly, I can sure he's doing well out there wherever he is. So shout out to moi.
He was the biggest YouTuber who loved Beautiful Joe, so I remember he was extremely hyped for this edition, and it never came
Indeed.
out. I
Yep.
had completely forgotten that he was ever even confirmed to be joining Super Smash Flash, and there's been no official statements ever since that first reveal back in 2011,
Yeah.
so he's sort of just in cut content limbo. Pac-Man was
Oh.
leaked twice. I mentioned how
Ew.
Pac-Man was leaked with Pit back in 2016, but actually, Pac-Man was already leaked before that.
You know, speaking of these leaks, right? I was there. Well, kind of here nor there, right? I saw in the messages that beta got leaks, and they were the leakers. They were obviously saying that statement. They were sending out the leaks. They were sending out like the leaks of the builder edition for SF2. So pretty much what would happen is that like the devs, like they saw like they had a detection on it. So if you were to play the build, your account will get permanently banned until further notice, because obviously it was something that wasn't supposed to come out, saying that you're not in trouble, but the people who leaked it are. So they have to they have to make sure that they and they they have this stuff scrapped in well enclosed on the down low, just just in case people won't have so people won't be they won't be like selling it for like or counterfeiting the demo for like like monetary values and any of that sort. Yeah.
For that, back at Apex 2015, a screenshot was taken of a build that showed off Isaac,
Oh damn, I remember this one. This one in particular was particularly looking at the Pac-Man. Hmm.
Pac-Man, and an expansion character slot on
Yeah,
the
expansion character
screen. This
slots.
image spread like wildfire in the SSF2 community.
Yeah.
Some thinking it was real, some thinking it was
Excuse
photoshopped,
me.
and obviously clearly it was in fact real. Pac-Man was probably the worst kept secret from the development team, as it was leaked multiple times.
Yes.
Moving on to Layer 5. If you
Layer
were not an old
5.
school player who's really into this,
I am. Yes, I am. If you don't know, I am brag or not to brag, I don't give a damn. I am the goat when it comes to Super Smash Flash as a whole. I was there in 2006 when I played Super Smash Flash 1. Like, I was typing in any Smash Bros. Games, like Super Smash Bros. Melee. Lo and behold, that's how I found Super Smash Flash. Had a time in my life, and I couldn't have it any other way. The classics.
scene, you probably won't know any. Moving on to Layer 5. If you are not an old school player who's really into the scene,
Mm.
you probably won't know any of these. Epic Face Turnip.
Yes,
Each star
sir.
special in SSF2 has some pretty funny additions, such as
Good old
Oddish, which
Oddish.
is a 2% spawn rate Pokemon which you can throw that does a
Yep.
little bit of poison damage. But back in the day, there used to be another SSF2 specific turnip,
Awesome
the
face.
Epic Face Turnip.
Epic
It was a
face.
piece of its time, only being in the game during version
Yep.
0.7, but it was insanely powerful. It
Mhm.
dealt way more damage and knockback than any other turnip, including the Stitch Face.
Yep.
This is why it was removed. It was basically RNG if you just want to auto win the game. Roster cuts. The Super Smash Bros.
Yeah.
2 roster was originally planned way back early in development, and the
Right.
plan was a little bit ambitious. Characters like Vegeta,
Yeah.
Sasuke,
Sasuke.
Rock Lee,
Mhm.
Renji, and a few others were planned for the game. However,
Yeah.
this early planned roster had a major revamp, which involved cutting basically all of the
Yeah,
OC
Blade,
characters
yep,
and
and
almost
Blue,
all of
yep.
the anime characters, being reduced to the only 4 current anime reps that we have right now.
Right.
Which really sucks if you were a Rock Lee fan, but hey, at least you can still see him on Hidden Leaf Village.
Indeed.
Renji demoted. While on the topic of roster cuts, the most tragic of them all was definitely Renji's cut in SSF2. Originally, Renji from Bleach was planned to be a playable fighter alongside Ichigo for the Bleach
Right.
franchise. And after these roster cuts, he was demoted to a simple assist trophy. But sadly, his story only gets worse. He was an assist trophy up until 9B, but during the
Right.
jump from 9B to beta, he was replaced by Rukia. So if you are a Renji fan, he's not in the game at all anymore. Sorry, Renji. Wall jumps.
Yeah.
Wall jumps are one of the most
Oh yes, sir. I was there for this one. Yes, wall jump. So, uh, if I remember correctly. Wall jumps were introduced in 0.8, and particularly for the most part on the central highway stage. Right, there is a middle gap on the left side, mostly on the left side, right, and you can wall jump with either Sonic or Captain Falcon. Well, Sonic and Captain Falcon, and yeah, it was pretty interesting. Definitely some like some early testing and some information knowledge about just um just checking it out, trying it out. It was pretty neat for its time.
Popular requests to be added to Super Smash Flash. But did you know they actually used to be in the
And there it
game?
is. Yep.
Back in version 0.8b,
E.
both Sonic and
Yep.
Pikachu were
Oh,
the only
Sonic.
characters in the game.
Oh, Pikachu. Oh, yeah. I thought it was Captain Falcon. Oh, it's been a while. Pikachu. Very
Back in
rare.
version 0.8b, both Sonic and Pikachu were the only characters in the game who could actually perform wall jumps.
Yeah.
And only specifically on these walls on Central Highway and
Right.
Twilight Town. It probably has to do with how they did the coding for the wall jumps, where
Yeah.
just like certain specific walls allow wall jumps, which is why
Right.
only these two stages have it, since you can continuously wall jump back and forth. And it sucks that they removed wall jumps, because honestly, I think they would be super
They'll probably put it back to be completely honest, because wall jumps being a part of melee, and well, in some kind of way in Ultimate. I believe in Ultimate, when you tech the stage, you can wall. Yeah, you can tech it, and then you can just wall jump away from it, if I remember correctly. I think that was a thing during Smash 4. But who knows? Maybe they'll add that mechanic back.
sick on Yoshi's story. Expansion characters. Expansion characters
Oh,
were
good
a
old
super
special
ambitious project by the
characters.
developers to
What the hell is this shit? What is this? Look, the fucking the player all the way to look the player fives and player eight. Oh god, Mage Cannon, all that stuff. I see what this
essentially add official modding support to
hilarious.
the game. There would have been official expansion characters which were just
Sephiroth.
DLC from the developers, as
Oh yes, I've yeah. Good old expansion forums, bro. I was there for. I think that was like I see the echelon of hype when it comes to having like SR2 discussions, because like we're saying at a point in time, like like when the game is finished, you can add these expansion characters, and the expansion characters, like they have the attacks, they have the move sets, and you can add in trophies. You can have so many trophies. You can have like over 1,000 of them shits. That at that point in time was possible. Definitely in an alternate universe, but man, what a time that was.
modding support to the game. There would have been official expansion characters which were just DLC from the developers, as well as fan-made modded expansion characters that any player could download separately, which
Right.
according to the Framemakers developers was a major inspiration behind the workshop integration in Framemakers.
Yeah.
Working very similar to how expansion characters would have worked in Super Smash Flash. And this would have been revolutionary for the early 2010s, but it just didn't end up coming into fruition, and we don't really have any official modding support, but at least modding these days is somewhat supported by the developers, where back
Right.
in the day it was kind of a hush-hush topic. Charge
Yeah.
shot glitch. The charge shot
Oh,
glitch
charge
featured
shot,
in
let's
the
go.
CSG was the most broken glitch in all of competitive Super Smash Flash that never got banned.
Indeed.
Just look. That is right, your eyes are not
Yep.
deceiving you. By performing a bunch of grounded charge shots, you would stack the damage and knockback onto the next aerial one. It was super broken,
Right.
and luckily, there weren't many Samus players, so it wasn't abused as much as it could have been. But back then, even though Samus was considered a low tier, you would still see Samus win matches by pulling this off in tournament.
Indeed.
Level 6. We're getting to the point where this is some extremely obscure trivia, and just some weird things that
Let's see, Yoshi Discord. See, ECSD. Yeah.
I personally like and wanted to include. The
Okay.
Mars SSF2 podcast. Back in 2015, there was a Super Smash Flash 2 podcast called The
Oh shit, I can't remember. Damn, as soon as you showed the images, yeah, like I just got a Ratatouille flashback. Jesus. Oh my god, I forgot this was a thing.
Flashcast. Probably only like 10 people maybe even know what this is.
Oh my god, this image. Go sick. Oh man.
I was one of the viewers of this podcast, and believe it or not,
Oh
this is
yeah.
the reason that I started making Super Smash Flash videos. In an
Oh.
old podcast episode, they got Mars. Yes, that Mars.
Oh yeah, that more. Yeah. Okay. No. Okay. This is important. They were talking about this, right? Uh, I believe somebody mentioned some of the two members mentioned that if they ask Mars anything about anything that's SR2 related, then I don't know, like the his community would just probably riot and shit or something, or he probably wants to leave that in the past because he's doing like things such as Ultimate, and we don't want they wouldn't have to be like a some kind of dispute going on between both of the communities, something it's something like that.
Flash videos. In an old podcast episode, they got Mars, yes, that Mars, the
Yep.
top Ultimate player, to come onto the podcast back in 2015, as he was actually an SSF2 Black Mage player. Sadly, this episode was not archived, and I can't find it anywhere on YouTube.
Oh, you
We were
find
pretty
it?
bad about archiving history back then. But I remember distinctly that episode, they talked about the lack of content creators, and that was a major inspiration for me
Indeed.
to make my first SSF2 guide. So in a
Oh.
way, if Mars never played SSF2, I may have never even became a Smash Flash content creator.
Okay.
Shirtless Marth is exactly what it sounds like. It's
Shoutouts
Shirtless
Mars.
Marth.
Oh,
Data
God.
found some interesting images in
Uh.
the Marth files back in the day, including a very dated meme and this image of supposed Marth costumes.
Huh. Yeah, imagine a shirtless Marth. Oh yeah, Smash fans. Smash fans will go wild.
Including Shirtless Marth. Now, we don't really know if this is an actual idea for a costume in the game, or just a funny joke or Easter egg left by the developers, but it was a very funny image that went around the community back in the day. Crystal's 5th special. Back when Crystal was first
Interesting.
revealed at Super Smash Con 2018, she had a different side special. Currently, she has her side special, Crystal Rush, which is
Right.
a forward kick that bounces off opponents, or can be edge cancelled for some insane movement.
Yeah.
But back in the day, she had this. Yeah, it was
Oh yeah, that shit. Oh, ass.
for some insane movement. But back in the day, she had this. Yeah, it was terrible. This move was tentatively called Crystal Phase, and it was pretty awful. It was a mini version of Fox and Falco's side specials that gave her full invincibility, but didn't have any hitbox. So unlike Fox and Falco, there was no offensive uses for this move, and most players, including myself since I was actually at Super Smash Con 2018,
Yep.
I hated it. Which is why the developers ended up changing it, and after Super Smash Con, it became Lost Media.
Right.
ECSD. ECSD was an extremely cursed, very game-breaking advanced technique in version 9B that was immediately banned in all tournaments.
Oh, I remember
because it
this
broke
one.
The game. ECSD stood for Edge Cancel Spot Dodge, where if you edge canceled while doing a spot dodge, you would keep the invincibility of the spot dodge while in the air. So if you perform a move before landing, you would keep the invincibility throughout the move. And if it wasn't broken
I'm surprised no one did that to me back in the day.
enough, if you performed a move that never had to end, you could be invincible forever.
Oh
It was
my.
very easy to pull off and ruined many online matches, as players could get the percent lead, perform the glitch, and then auto win the game when the time ran out. Thankfully, the glitch was not that popular, or it would have ruined the online for the game.
Oh,
The
King
Yoshi
Pawn.
Discord. You
Shout out
might-
to-
the glitch was
shout out
not
to
that
King Pawn,
popular,
bro.
Or it would have ruined the online for the game. The Yoshi Discord. You might be wondering, why is the Super Smash Flash 2 Yoshi Mains Discord on the Iceberg? Well, because it's the oldest SSF2 Discord of all time. And you know how
Bullshit. Bullshit. No, I don't believe that. Nah. Nah. Bowler, my son. Have you forgotten about Flash Nation? Well, I have to back this up. Hold on. Maybe I'm misinterpreting this. Hold my horse. Hold my horse, dog. Hold on, give me a second.
Yoshi Discord. You might be wondering, why is the Super Smash Flash 2 Yoshi Mains Discord on the Iceberg? Well, because it's the oldest SSF2 Discord of all time. And
Of all time, dog, Flash Nation was the oldest one. I was there, bro. I started. Me and Logan, bro. Shout out Logan. Logan Z's idea to to make a server specifically to SR2, and he named it Flash Nation. he and I we pretty much gotten the I pretty much from me, right? So I was trying to find like some kind of fan some kind of like voice call or something of that sort for gamers. Lo and behold, I found Discord back in 2015, and I pretty much told him about it, and then we went over there and we did had a voice call and all that. I'm like, this is pretty neat. It's pretty neat, and yeah, pretty much we just got started from there, right? And then Flash Nation was born, and then another person came in, oh no, Bomberman fan. I didn't forget you, bro, but goddamn. And pretty much the three of us, pretty much became admins of the Flash Nation. Then others started to join in, such as it's like Tekken God, and I might forget some names, but I do apologize. Um, T Sun, especially T Sun, when T Sun was complaining about the Flash Nation, that it should be running better. Which I mean, it's so why is that? There's like a little tidbit of some complaints here and there. It's I I didn't see like I mean kind of saw it. Like I didn't think it was it was a big deal. We're all pretty much just chilling. It's just chilling. Look at the just pretty much it's pretty much no biggie. But yeah, Flash Nation being one of the oldest SA2 discords of all time. Back me up with that statement. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just saying. So while I was doing some searching on Flash Nation and what other sources I can find, unfortunately I find out that Bomberman Fan came out as a P file, and that really does break my heart because we've known each other, we've been friends for years, and it's yeah, it's obviously depressing, but uh yeah, that honestly that's all I can say. It's really disappointing, but hopefully hopefully he does find the help that he needs to become a better person in life. That's all I have to say on that. Moving on.
And you know how I know that? Because I was the creator of the server.
That's what's
Yoshi was
up.
the least popular character in the game, and I thought it'd be funny to make a dedicated server for the 3 Yoshi players who actually played Yoshi. And it's been about 9 years since then, and we've accumulated some of the worst posts and most insane history that I've ever seen, including this post of 2 hours of Yoshi double jump cancels. It is an extremely cursed server, but it's also the mecca of Super Smash Bros. 2 history. There are so many insane moments that have happened on the server, and I'm hoping to keep it alive as long as possible. This could very well be the first Super Smash Bros. 2 server to reach 50 years.
Speaking speaking of this Discord here, I mean, maybe I'm kind of wondering, kind of not. I'm like, did he mention Flash Nation? Is he ever gonna mention Flash Nation? Who knows?
Years of history. I mean, who knows? Hey, we'll see. Level 7. We're getting to the true mythos of Super Smash Bros. Some very serious deep cuts and things that are just extremely weird.
Okay, the myth for the Netflix Luffy that I said previously is actually true. Like, because I did see the interview. It is true.
The Super Smash Con trailer stage. The Super Smash Con trailer stage was a tiny teaser of a mysterious stage in the Crystal Reveal trailer back in 2018. And here's the clip of that teaser. Did you catch that? It's a tiny clip of the stage that doesn't actually exist in Super Smash Bros. 2. So back then, there was a lot of speculation on what that stage could have been. Probably the most likely theory is that it ended up being an early concept of Krazoa Palace, as it's a very similar floor pattern and color scheme,
the floor pattern.
The background is entirely different.
Yeah.
The SSF2 Cipher. I regret putting this on the Iceberg.
That exists? Oh god, it's 11 minutes? What the fuck? No, who the hell is this?
The SSF2 Cipher. I may regret putting this on the Iceberg, but the SSF2 rap cipher is a real thing that happened back.
Indignation, it's fucking real. No! I didn't think he'd fucking do it. I'm serious. I didn't think he'd fucking do it. Yeah, I'm like, where's Mac at? He probably said no. For good reasons. Good on him. I'm kidding. Or am I? Oh, what the fuck? Now I have to listen to this after this video. Oh, where the fuck is my popcorn, nigga?
Putting this on the iceberg, but the SSF2 rap cipher is a real thing that happened back in 2019, and I was in it. And it had
Oh
some
my
bars.
goodness.
I final smash and spit the fire.
Oh.
Super dragon the tire.
Okay.
I fly much higher than the rate to get him is fired.
Okay. Alright. That's not bad. That's not bad. What the fuck? I just saw the thumbnail. Wow. Yeah, okay.
Fun to look back on.
Lamau.
I will definitely not play any of my own parts in the cipher because it is unbelievably cringe. It is honestly something that I kind of regret, but I'm
Like zero cringe from the Shofu Smash Bros. Cipher?
also very glad that I did because it's just an awesome part of Super Smash Bros. 2 history. If you want to hear my verse, you can go find the cipher for yourself, but you have been warned. Peach's
I don't
Castle
care.
64. Peach's Castle is, of course, a stage in Super Smash Bros. 2. Basically
Introducing the
a dungeon
dojo.
with a similar layout. But we're not talking about the Melee one. I'm talking about the Smash 64 design for Peach's Castle, which was actually found in the game files on Beta's launch.
Oh shit. Just like the how to play stage as well.
It was an unused stage that could not be accessed through normal means, but through modding, you could actually access the stage, and it was pretty much playable.
Oh
It is still
my.
a puzzling mystery why this stage never ended up being added.
It's actually pretty interesting. So during some let's play, there's gonna be some let's plays for me throughout the years that I'm going to like take a look at some beta content when it comes to that, or some scrap content. Never have I been around to check out the beta content when it comes to the SF2 demos, because like I have to get through these episodes, and just to get to the point of time where I where I actually catch up to the latest demo version. So yeah, beta, yeah, like beta content, or showing like the scratch content, like that's yeah, that's I'd say like that's something that I would think in the back of my mind, but at the same time, it's definitely something that will come around to. Just to let y'all know.
Added as an official stage. Pretty much playable. It is still a puzzling mystery why this stage never ended up being added as an official stage. Missing No.
Good old Missing No.
YouTube short talking about
The
mysterious
classic.
case of Missing No. I'm sure most of you do know, but Missing No was a glitch placeholder Pokemon back in Pokemon Red and Blue, and it became infamous as a Pokemon urban legend associated with a lot of creepypasta theories.
Yeah.
And as a neat reference to that piece of Pokemon trivia, it was added as an extremely rare Pokemon that could spawn a new
Yep.
Pokeball item.
Blue
When
screens.
He spawned, he would glitch out and fake a blue screen.
Yep.
It would block all players
Love
for
it.
a few seconds, and then return back to normal. Kind of similar to the Nintendo's assist inside the official Smash titles.
Yeah.
And on the blue screen, it was very clear that it was a fake blue screen and just Missing No, but
Yep.
some players actually thought it was real back in the day. Devs got a lot of complaints about these blue screens, and sadly they did end up removing Missing No from the game.
Lol.
Netflix Luffy. This blew my mind. I did not know this before making this video.
Now you
The
know.
actor who plays Luffy in the Netflix live-action version, Iñaki Godoy, did a Spanish interview where he claims that his first introduction to Luffy as a character was from Super Smash Flash 2.
Yes, sir.
Smash Flash era un
Let's
videojuego ahí-
fucking go!
Flash 2.
Super Smash Flash era
Yeah!
un juego ahí en línea como Smash Bros.
That is insane work. The idea that the
My
closest
God.
thing to real-life Luffy first found out about One Piece from Super Smash Flash 2 Luffy is just mind-blowing. It shows the impact and reach that this game had.
Indeed.
Level 8, this is straight up Super Smash Flash Legends. Things that almost don't seem real, but just had to be included. This is straight up Super
Yes, sir. It's a 2 demo. Yes. Rosalina removed. Yeah. Don't know about that one. Ice climbing 16. Shocks. Okay.
Smash Flash Legends. Things that almost don't seem real, but just had to be included on the iceberg. The Super Smash Flash 2 Dojo. The Super Smash Flash 2 Dojo.
Good times.
is
I was
an
there.
absolute relic of old McLeod.
Uh.
It's gone through many.
Oh
iterations.
hell! What the
Absolute
fuck is
relic
that?
of Old McLeod Gaming. It's gone.
Why is that not on the wiki? Oh Jesus Christ! You can see that the crude dank everywhere here. Oh man, maybe I haven't seen this in such a long time or something, but seeing that flash text on there, pretty questionable. Interesting. Yeah, very
Gone through
interesting.
many,
That
many
one, yeah.
variations in different forms. And before the dev blogs and update videos of the recent era of Super Smash Flash, this used to be the main source of new news for Super Smash Flash.
Love it.
There was tons of features and announcements that were revealed on the old dojo.
Yeah.
Some that ended up actually being put into the game,
Right.
and many that didn't actually quite make it.
Oh,
such
the
as coin
coin
matches.
match.
And thankfully, most of the dojo has been archived, so we can actually see many of these old announcements,
Old adventure
like
mode.
adventure mode,
Yeah.
boss battles, and battle cards. for
Oh,
future
battle
arcs,
cards.
which sort of worked like assist trophies, but just
Yeah.
included characters like Jack Skellington, Genie, and Stitch.
Right.
Of course, these features ended up being cut and scrapped from the game, but many of the features that did make it into Super Smash Flash were first revealed with their early designs on this dojo and are a massive part of Super Smash Flash 2 history.
I feel like yeah, he's showing Lloyd. I'll say this in particular. So Lloyd back in the day, back in 0.8, if I remember correctly, he had a fight system or like a battle system within his code called art. Is it Artres? It's called Artres, like Artes. And what he would do is that you could do a demon fang, right? You could do a demon fang and I believe a basic attack, and he can do a demon fang to a sonic thrust, or he can do like a tiger blade to a tempest to a sonic thrust, something of that sort. Good times, and those are obviously scratched for obvious reasons.
Dark Sonic. Dark Sonic is one of my favorite moments from the early SSF2 dojo.
Mm.
Back when expansion characters were revealed and planned for the game, the dev team actually announced 4 expansion characters that they would be officially releasing with the edition, being Sephiroth,
Right.
Roy,
Oh, Roy
NES
for
Mario,
sure.
which is
Yeah.
a super sick idea for a fighter, and Dark Sonic.
Mm.
Dark Sonic, apparently, is what happens when Super Sonic becomes enraged during transformation. And from my understanding, this is actually a canon part of the
Yeah,
Sonic
Sonic
anime,
X,
and
yeah.
it sort of gains some kind of powers that Shadow also has. And it's just a wild sight to imagine this could have been a playable fighter in Super Smash Flash. I cannot imagine how OP he would have been. The Ice Climbers Incident. In 2015, during a Super Smash Flash 2 live stream by an old developer known as Yadad,
Mhm.
he was streaming a work-in-progress build of Super Smash Flash 2 beta.
Oh, yeah. Then he showed it by accident, and then he also showed one of the stages by accident, such as early Sky World. Yeah, that stuff was indeed something else. But yeah, it was definitely something for its time. Give me a second, real quick. Okay. But yeah.
Yeah. And on that stream, he was streaming a work-in-progress build of Super Smash Flash 2 beta. And on that stream, when he went to the random stage selection menu, he accidentally leaked some work.
Yeah, Lake of Rage. See, yeah, Butter Building, yep. A weight room, yeah. Early Sky World on the top right. Let's see that over there is good old yeah, the good old the temple, the temple on the inside.
These stages included
That's a stage back in 0. I believe was it 0.6 or 0.7, either or.
Lake of Rage, Butter Building, Waiting Room, Temple of Time, which was
Temple
an
of
old
Time.
stage that got cut in
Yeah.
A,
Yes.
and 2 stages that never ended up releasing, being Sky World and a stage named Ice Climbers. Sky World was a stage that we knew was inevitable to
Oh, data mine preview image. Interesting.
eventually be added to Super Smash Flash, and
Yeah.
was likely transformed into Palutena's Shrine. But
Yeah.
Ice Climbers never came out. There's some theories that this stage would have been similar to Summit from Brawl, but since
Right.
there's no preview image, we have no idea. Additionally, there was an Ice Climbers logo that was also data mined from the files, but no evidence or sign of what this stage would have really been. Rosalina removed. In version 9B on the stage Galaxy Tours, Rosalina could be spotted in the background of the stage.
Oh,
underneath
yeah.
the stage
Yep.
transformations.
Yeah.
However, when the stage was brought over to beta, the observatory part of the level was removed in favor of Starship Mario, which
Right.
replaced Rosalina with Lubba. And some Super Smash Flash fans speculated back in the forums that this meant that Rosalina would become a playable fighter joining the roster. Of course, it didn't happen, but it was a theory running around the community at the time. Jack, what I believe.
I feel, hold on, like I feel like that would especially be like too early, cause like we have like other characters that would need to be in in the roster. For example, like Diddy Kong, for Donkey, for the Donkey Kong series. Like you would still need like characters like that. But that's just from that's in my opinion.
It didn't happen, but it was a theory running around the community at the time. Jack. What I believe is the French pronunciation of Jack is, according to Steven, who is one of the Super Smash Flash 2 developers, the official name of the brown costume of Sandbag. Why? Because why not? There's plenty of random SSF2 lore. For some additional lore, according to the developers, Sandbag and Bandana D are best friends, and the Pichu from the Pokeball is the younger brother of the playable Pichu. Take this information how you will, but according to the developers, it is canon. We have finally reached it, the final layer. What remains of Super Smash Flash 2 lore? Horse Racers. Horse Racers refers to the fairly unknown past history of Greg McLeod, the creator of Super Smash Flash. Before he became a Flash game developer, he was a graphing calculator game creator. That's right, he made games on calculators. I guess he has a history of making games.
He actually did say that. He said it on his old website back in the day. It's like he had those. He also had Pong and Impossible Pong, and then so forth.
Can play in schools. He ended up creating 29 different programs in the early 2000s and released them on McLeod Gaming. This one you're watching right here is called Horse Racers, which basically functioned like a Mario Party style minigame in which you bet on a horse, which are these symbols, and they would race to the finish, and you would win if you picked the correct one. It's pretty cool to see the humble beginnings of the creator of Super Smash Flash 2.
Indeed.
Hotline Bling. Hotline Bling, the song by controversial artist Drake, was part of Super Smash Flash 2's original soundtrack. Yes, seriously, while technically not accessible in the game, the song Hotline Bling was actually found in the game files on beta's launch, purposely left by the developers as an Easter egg to troll the modders and data miners who had been leaking actual reveals for years.
Oh, good fucks.
Yes, Hotline Bling is a part of Super Smash Flash 2. Gligar replacing Jigglypuff. Gligar was added as a Pokeball summon in Super Smash Flash 2, but his history with SSF2 goes way further back. In January of 2010, a rumor started circulating on the McLeod Gaming forums that the developers actually planned to cut Jigglypuff from the roster in favor of making Gligar a playable fighter. And the rumor did gain some traction as images of the Gligar sprite were spreading around. Later on, the devs would confirm that this was a trick that they were pulling on the community and had no real intentions of making the swap. But they would reference this in future posts, saying Jigglypuff needed to watch out around Gligar. Wait, what?
Oh, Cloudbot.
Cloudbot was originally designed as
.exe.
an AI assistant to help in the development of Super Smash Flash 2, but things would change on April 1st of 2016. What was supposed to be a normal dev blog covering brand new costumes was hijacked by the AI assistant who had grown sentient and resented being forced to work on a Flash game for years.
Oh, shit.
Taking matters into his own hands, he hacked the McLeod Gaming website, and in later found footage, it was discovered that the Cloudbot virus uploaded itself into Super Smash Flash, and there, he transferred his sentience into the lifeless Sandbag on Waiting Room, having taken control of a new physical form to find and seek vengeance on the developers. And although the devs claim to have gotten rid of all traces of Cloudbot, some say that during certain times of the year, if you look closely, you'll see the truth.
Indeed.
So yeah, Cloudbot is sort of a running Herobrine equivalent joke for Super Smash Flash 2, and I thought it was a fun way to end the Iceberg. So that concludes our journey through Super Smash Flash 2's development, lore, and trivia. There were a few additional things that I debated putting on here, like Diddy Kong, but for the sake of not being too repetitive, I think I hit most of the big ones. That being said, if there's anything you think that deserves to be on here that I missed, let me know in the comments below.
I see anything, Flash Nation, that's all.
It's been literally years
I
since
got
my last
nothing
Super
else.
Smash Flash video, so I hope maybe it was worth the wait. To be fully transparent,
It's all
I've been
good.
extremely demotivated to make Smash Flash content,
That's
but this
okay.
video was the first one in a while that I actually really enjoyed making. So yeah, I really do hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching.
No problem. Oh my god, what a Iceberg, bro. You shout out you, bro. When you put in that work, you really do put in that work. Now, about where myself, gotta find it. Yep,
Signature
over there.
would say that every character was
Hello.
their main unique signatures, and there was always
I see you, bro. I do main everyone. Y'all haven't subscribed to Bowler, bro. Subscribe to this man. Makes amazing content. Really puts in heart. He really puts his heart and soul when it comes to making content. Let's see. Correction by Crazy Knot. Urban Champion was actually discovered. Let's see, many mains. I'll just read this one. I was actually discovered in the day. Discovered the day the update first dropped for insiders. See, I can't confirm who did it first, but shouts to this person. Okay. You know what? Never mind. See, Double and Blue were created by the guy who ran KCA. They didn't come from the website. Not much is known about Blue. The blade was specifically made for Cloud9. I see. To use in SSF1, or rather, the Sonic fan game that eventually became SSF1. He's referring to the beta version of Super Smash Flash 1, in which it was supposed to be a Sonic fan game, but it eventually became SSF1. Blade was a protagonist, meanwhile Samus was an enemy, probably like an enemy spawn or something of that sort. See, Parallel Roulette was said to have been revealed too early in its development, and the team underestimated the work involved to make it possible. I can see that. And see, that and the mixed reception of the feature in general led to it getting out. I see, Sandbag had a similar planned accessory to the Pikachu Jigglypuff hats, which was a bandage. I believe that was technically the first accessory costume that got revealed for the game. Nowadays, it's only referenced for his loose pose, but there is also a bug in beta 1.1 that lets you access a buggy version of the scrapped costume in training mode. Interesting. Wall jumps were possible from 0.8A to 0.9A. I had no idea, particularly for 0.9A. Excuse me. It seems they put separate wall jumpable objects or something over the walls themselves, because you can actually jump on central highways walls after they've already fallen. The mysterious crystal stage was just an experimental stage that wasn't meant to be anything. It was made by the same developer as Corozza Palace, but otherwise has no relation. as far as I'm concerned, Snake's reveal and soft deconfirming, deconfirming, deconfirmation had nothing to do with Flesh and Shadows, so it just got swept up by the rest of the roster revamp. See, there were actually 5 expansion characters revealed on the dojo, with the 5th being Ike. It doesn't seem like his page was archived, sadly, but there's a video online showing a later version of that dojo where you can see a square of him. Interesting stuff to know. Oh man. Once again, shout out to Bowler for making this Iceberg. I definitely had a lot of fun reacting to this. Oh, for sure. Anyway, subscribe to this man, and for that, I'll see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, and remember, happy smashing!